All right, are we ready to begin? This is a continuation of the spatial board meeting for the modification of the walkway to the Sandpiper Trail. We gathered at 11 a.m. this morning at the beach, and our village manager was kind enough to walk us through the proposed change, the reasons for it. A member of the public was there, questions asked, answered, and now we are at the stage of, if there's anyone additional present, we will welcome any questions. I don't know whether there's any member of the public on or not, but if they are, we have, it sounds like we've got two people other than we have our board members. We have the board members, Joe and John and Robert and myself, which is a quorum enough to continue our meeting. And we're supported by Pam, Carol, and Carrie. They almost outnumber us. And but first, is there any member of the public that has any questions with regard to the proposal? Chris is here, the board is here, and we are delighted to answer any questions if we can. Okay, hearing no questions, we are here for consideration of amendment. And Chris, perhaps you would be the best one to briefly explain what is the proposed change, and then we will see whether or not we have a motion to.
All right. So just to go back briefly to the February BHA board meeting where we reviewed at the time a conceptual design for the driveway access. It was approximately 250 feet length, very curvy, linear, with the intent of trying to navigate around some wetlands that have been identified within the common area. And at some point there after that February meeting, Sean Wilkerson, the property owner at 34 Sandpiper Trail, also working in coordination with Mr. Honeycutt, who owns the adjacent home, came forth with a revised drawing that was a more straight, direct shot of the driveway access, extending off of West Baldhead line to the two properties, in some total approximately 60 feet in length versus the previous 250 feet in length. And so that is the revised drawing that Mr. Wilkerson's looking to get approved from the BHA and moving forward. As I understand with the ARC review, I know there's some things that have been discussed in terms of the long-term maintenance requirements. Also, some questions that were asked about the means and methods of construction, the types of material, with the intent of this straight line route having to cross the wetlands that, as it extends from West Baldhead, it will be a slightly elevated, slatted boardwalk made out of wood that would transition to the bridge crossing over the wetlands. And as it came down to the other side, transitioning to on grade with a marl gravel type surface as it extends to each of the two houses. I don't know if Mr. Wilkerson is on. I spoke with him late yesterday. He brought forth, as we talked, some points of emphasis with respect to the revised route.
Well, why don't we ask Mr. Wilkerson, are you with us today?
I am.
That was an I am.
Yes.
Mr. Wilkerson.
Yeah. Hey, Sean. I didn't know if you wanted at this time to convey your thoughts as the property owner who's essentially requesting this, although working in conjunction with the village, given its impacts with a village public road being Sandpiper Trail. But if you wanted to talk a little bit about those points of emphasis.
Yeah, can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll say a couple quick things. One, I apologize for dragging y'all back out into this again. I should have done a little bit more thoughtful study to begin with. I think once I had proposed the long route, because I was trying to avoid the wetlands, I ended up talking to the land management group who did the wetland delineation and does a lot of the work for Bald Head, and found out that, crossing the wetland with a raised platform is not a big issue from a permitting side at all. And so that helped me start thinking about that. And then when I know one of the issues with the original plan was that the driveway entrance, there was a neighbor, I guess, across West Bald Head Winds that, didn't really necessarily want a driveway right in front of them. So at least this driveway is in front of a vacant lot. I'm not saying that, that person may not have concerns as well, but, I thought about that. And then just when I started walking the route more and seeing the dunes that would have to be sort of either gotten over or cut through, it just seemed like a lot of impact. And so, I talked to Honeycutt, my neighbor, and we both agreed that, it would be much better to go this route in our minds. So again, I apologize. I should have gone through some of that thought process before bringing it up the first time, and hate to drag y'all back through this. So that's really all I have to say. I mean, I think it's, and we may carry the boardwalk. I don't know if this matters to y'all, but we may carry, once we have a wooden structure all the way through the wetland, we may just carry wood all the way to the two houses. I don't know that we'll go to grade at that point if that matters, but we may. And I'm here for any questions that you have.
Okay, well, why don't we let Chris complete, although you may well have completed your presentation, but if you have more, Chris, brings along.
No, I think that pretty much includes all of the notes that I have, and I'm available as well for any additional questions.
Okay. Does any member of the board have any questions for Mr. Wilkerson or for Chris? Yes.
I have a question for Mr. Wilkinson. We discussed this briefly, but we don't say. I just wanted to make sure that you're aware that there are potentially up to, two possible permits that may be required for construction. Cameron and Bristol Field.
Core.
And four.
There may be a core permit required and a camera permit required. Not to speak on behalf of Mr. Wilkerson, but he is aware of that just by virtue of the nature of what he does on a full-time basis with his environmental company. But yeah, okay, yeah.
Does any other member of the board have any questions for either? Is there a motion any member of the board would like to make? Yes, Ron.
I move that the proposal be approved, but I'd like some drawing or something associated with the motion to connect the motion to the drawing so that you know which is where it is.
Well, I'd like to amend that. I mean, really what we're approving here is thought on the common area. Subsequently, Mr. Wilson will have to submit a plan to the ARC and that has to be approved. So,
Except we're talking about it, you just want to reformulate a motion that, clear?
yeah, so I think the motion is for the board to approve the crossing of common area for the purpose described, putting in a driveway for these two houses. I don't know, I guess I should say it one side, I don't know.
Well, maybe just look up, this is the drawing that was submitted for two properties a little bit farther down the south. Peter, Clint, and Jerry Gates worked together to come up with this, these specs for two driveways that utilize common. So elevated, battle lighting, and Peter and I were just talking about believing that he would recommend that we look at in the future using some sort of specs like this to put into the property.
I think that makes a lot of sense. My point is really all we're doing is we're approving the crossing of the common area. Then it's any other, it's like any other driver, then it'll have a compensatory OC.
So your question though, part of your approval, it would be him using that, those specs in combination with the submitted to the ARC. Is that right? Is that
Someone like it, no, I mean, I didn't have it in the motion, but I'm happy to include that, so. I think
You just restate the motion.
Yeah. So how do we identify, these are the specs developed by who, or what?
We have to identify.
Yeah.
Incorporating the motion that was
I think you could say utilizing, driveways that utilize.
Right, so my point is, what is the identification of this car? How do we identify that in the motion?
Would drive detail.
Those were the, those were the specs that were used for the Thompson.
Yes.
You had the Thompson property further down. And whatever the address was, you could reference that.
Okay, all right.
340, 342, so is that right, like, going to be taller than all of the vegetation that's existing, or are they proposing to do it? Or they incorporate that in this? So if you're suggesting they use this, will that be taller enough to cover further? Are they taking into consideration how all the vegetation is over there and the build this thing? They're crossing the land?
Yeah, I think we're getting too much detail here, because for instance, we called out a 3-inch, I think that's 3 inches above grade. I can't do it, but, we could just say, okay, here's, how about this? I move that we grant permission to cross the, common area in accordance with the drawing provided by Mr. Wilkerson, generally conforming to the specification for the Thompson driveway at 342, 343 West Hall.
With such an approval by.
With such an approval by.
Is there a second to the motion? Second. Is there further discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. It passed.
And for the record, I would use my.
Tiffany has considerably recused on this particular issue as she did today.
Mr. Wilkerson on the chat said he could hear some of the discussion, he's aware of the understanding the design materials will need to be approved.
Okay, is there any further business to come before this board on this public session? Being none, is there a motion to adjourn?
Still moving.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. Chris, thank you very much for coming and for your presentation today. Sandra.
Hopefully that'll be the last time on this one.
Third time's a charm. Thank you for coming this morning.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your time.
Bye.
Sign is the significant protection of Muscadine market.
Muscadine and Market, what,
Yeah.
Market Alley,
No, not the alley.
Maritime Way.